Hi everybody, this is Farmington Mayor Nate Duckett and welcome to our newest episode of the Mayor's Table. Today we celebrate our biggest outdoor festival that celebrates the river right here at Animas Park and Berg Park, and that's going to be RiverFest this Memorial Day weekend. Hi everybody, City of Farmington Mayor Nate Duckett here, and we're out on the Animas River at Berg Park to talk about our greatest outdoor festival of the year. And I'm always excited for this time of year, but this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have Riverfest. And with me today are three board members of our River Reach Foundation, and also they are co-chairs for Riverfest. So we have Debbie Braff. Debbie, thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Gloria Leamer.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and Bob Leamer. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So I wanted to kind of give our viewers maybe a little bit of history of River Reach, talk a little bit about RiverFest and what we've done and what we could actually anticipate this year, which I hope is going to be one of our biggest turnouts because the river is flowing and it's beautiful out. So let's pray for this type of weather this weekend. But Debbie or whoever, if you want to start and just kind of talk about the River Reach Foundation, Bob, maybe you want to start?
Sure, I can give you a little bit of background. Back in 1987, we built one of these trails from Berg East to the River Reach Terrace. And we wanted everybody to see how proud we were of our first encounter here. So we started in September of 1987. We first started RiverFest. And we had a couple of groups, the Red Apple Flyer, which was Scott Ramsey from the high school. He brought his band. And we had a rainbow traveling gypsy group.
All right.
and it was fun. We had about 500 people over it was a 2-day event, and it was lots of fun. And we evolved then to having it during the spring weather, during Memorial Day, because we were competing with Tota Festival. So we started the third year, and the college started their outdoor program, started rafting. And so it really made it a wonderful event. It's built year after year after.
Sure.
And now we're the 33rd year.
33rd year of RiverFest. Is it also the 33rd year of River Reach Foundation as well then?
No, we started back in '86, so we're a
year before.
A year before.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what was the mission of River Reach? I mean, you built the first trail out here out of money that was raised within the community, but what's the overarching goal of what the River Reach Foundation does?
Well, we're here to preserve and protect and to develop the river appropriately so everyone can enjoy it, the outdoors. It's really, Farmington was built around the rivers, and it's the most important asset. So, let's celebrate the rivers.
Absolutely, and I completely agree with you, and I love the fact that mission is to preserve it and to help develop it in a way that's responsible. And a way that all of us can use it with our family, with our friends, any time of day and night. And I think what's interesting this year with RiverFest is there's some new additions, new fun to be had on the river. And maybe you guys can talk a little bit about some of those events that we've added this year. I'm going to start it out with the boat race.
Okay. I'll talk about the boat race and a few other events that we have going on. I'm the sponsorship chair, and I'm also heading up the VIP tent and helping organize the Raft Race. So new this year, the inaugural RiverFest Rally for the Love of the Animas Raft Race is put on by Marcel G. Gatsambidi, I believe is his last name, and he's gotten about 5 or 6 teams together, and he wants them to compete for a traveling trophy like they do in Durango on Animas River Days. They have a rally race there. I love the name of it. We asked him to put RiverFest in it if he could, and he's been busy getting River Trippers is our new rafting company that's giving the raft ride or selling the raft ride tickets this year. And so they have guides that they have said will take people down. If you have an organization that wants to ride in a raft, we might have a couple more spaces left. Sure. You can go to our our riverreachfoundation.com website and just call the main number or email, and we can get you right on through. Or look at our Facebook page. It's an event, the RiverFest Rally. So it's going to launch from Penny Lane Dam near Flora Vista on the east end of Farmington. And Penny Lane, from Penny Lane, the new rapid there, it's not a dam anymore, thank
Right,
goodness.
yeah, we've put a lot of money into that to make it a safe passageway down the river.
Absolutely. Yep. City of Farmington, great job. So noon on Saturday, May 25th, they'll launch, and they'll end up right down here at the Murray Bridge takeout, Boyd Park takeout, and we'll announce the winner of the Raft Race at 3 p.m. at River Reach Terrace on Saturday.
So it's bragging rights, Aztec versus Farmington.
It's Aztec versus Farmington.
Various businesses that that are sponsoring.
Let's go Farmington.
Hey, Farmington.
There you go.
Yes.
Debbie, you were mentioning earlier just about the flow of the river. What is it flowing at today?
It's 2,100 cubic feet per second right now, and we were really worried because of the huge snowpack about being flooded out. We were flooded out maybe about 8-10 years ago. Pretty much everything from the terrace that way was underwater.
Oh, wow.
And so we had to do RiverFest completely right over here. That potential existed again this year, but because we've had this oscillation of warm weeks and cold weeks and warm weeks and cold weeks, the river is flowing at a pretty steady rate. It's been, I think, as high as 3,000, and it's been running right around 2,000, just a little above or a little below. So we're supposed to have a cold front or cold weather this weekend, so that ought to slow it down, and I don't think we're going to get flooded out. I think it's going to be gorgeous. The weather's supposed to be in the high 70s and not much wind. So it's an outdoor event, so you get what you get. We've had hail, we've had thunderstorms, we've had floods, we've had no water at all. So you get what you get, but I think this year we're going to get the best.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, we had the huge drought last year that we worked through, and but on an average year, how many people are turning out to RiverFest now?
I think that Corey Styron put in a counter, and the first year it was somewhere between 20 and 25,000 people.
For the whole weekend?
For the whole weekend,
Oh, wow.
A lot of foot. Again, if the weather's good, it's packed. It's absolutely packed.
Yes, and we have had people just crawling out of the woodwork, coming to us actually. I think it's part of their love for Farmington and wanting to help the diversification and help the outdoors and celebrate our rivers. So we have more people than ever wanting to be involved, and we have so many fantastic events.
That's great. So let's talk a little bit about the vendors. I mean, that to me is always the fun part. You show up Friday night, there's a concert, correct?
Yes.
We have a lot of vendors out, and then we have the food vendors, but then we have arts and crafts vendors and jewelry vendors and name it.
So here at River Reach Terrace, we have our arts and crafts vendors, and an arts and crafts vendor can be, you just have to make it. If you sell it, you have to make it. At the other terrace at Rocky Reach Landing, we have vendors. So they sell products that they don't make.
Okay.
And so lots of vendors. I think she's got as many as 50 vendors. I have about 30 up here with arts and crafts.
Great.
And food vendors at both ends, and then also at Cottonwood Landing, because we'll have car shows both on Saturday and Sunday. So there'll be a vendor there.
And Berg East as well. The
And Berg
playground.
East, right,
Yes.
right by the bridge, by the Berg
Yes.
Bridge.
Another big component is the wiener dog races. We're still doing the wiener dog races,
Saturday
right?
at 11, emceed by Scott Micklin.
All right.
Yes, we're so grateful. We tried to get Jenny Ryan, but she had a graduation or something out of town. So those two are just great together. I don't usually get to watch it. I'm very busy, but I hope to this year. But you can register your wiener dog, your dachshund, starting at 9 a.m. There's t-shirts this year and fabulous prizes chaired up by Marcia Rutledge, and great prizes for different heats and then the overall. And I think Ginger, this famous dog that's won so many times, is just coming to be a part of it, not
To give autographs or something,
Autographs. Yeah, that's a great term. So we're gonna it'll have music throughout the whole event,
Yes.
food throughout the whole event. I mean, this park gets packed. And I think we talk about outdoor recreation and the beauty of what Farmington offers, not just its residents, but its visitors. It really starts right here for me. Repeatedly, I'll meet people who have traveled here and said, well, I really love your Bosque Park. They call it the Bosque Park, especially if they're from the Albuquerque area. And it's definitely something we want to celebrate and continue to build upon. And we're very grateful for River Reach Foundation for putting this on. And I use you guys as an example. with a lot of the user groups here in the city when they talk about how do we build up trails for mountain biking or for OHVing or for those things. And it takes a organized group of people who've determined to come together to fund those things, to go out and sell the story and create the vision. And that's definitely something, as you can see now, 33 years later, 34 years later, we have a very beautiful park, and it's become a true symbol of what Farmington stands for. So thank you all for your efforts in that. Any other things you'd like to bring up
We
regarding
have
RiverFest?
some great music events. We've got a genre of different funk. We've got rock and roll, country, anything that people like. Jazz
Yeah.
is one of the highlights.
Yes.
The
We've
band
got
we
some-
had come last year who opened up the event on Friday night, they were fantastic. Are they going to be back?
They're not going to be back. We've got even
But we've got of course
Oh,
we've got
yes.
somebody who's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also have coming back, because we didn't have them last year, is Joe Tohani and the Apache Crown Dancers from White River. And they'll be performing for 2 hours after the Weenie Dog races from 12:30 to 2:30
Okay.
from the Farmington Indian Center. They sponsor that for us.
Mm-hmm.
And that it draws a huge crowd, and we missed them last year. They weren't able to come last year.
And the One Nation Gourd Dance at the Veterans Park
On
as
Sunday.
well, on Sunday. And we have the Northwest New Mexico Arts Council has come back this year and selling 16 booths of art in the art VIP tent. But it will be open to the general public all weekend, but for the VIP event Friday night from 5 to 9. And what other events do we have?
Well, the
duck
rafting-
race. We have
The
a duck
duck
race.
race.
duck race,
Oh
yeah.
my
The
goodness.
duck race. How did we forget that? That's on the t-shirts.
3 o'clock
Yeah.
on Sunday. You can buy your tickets now, buy them online. They're selling very well online and at Sam's Club and from individual members of the River Reach Foundation in conjunction with Rio del Sol Kiwanis. Only $5. Grand prize $2,000 on down to $1,000, then $500, and some great prizes donated by local businesses.
Do you get to modify your duck at all? Is it just the stock duck, right?
Stock duck.
They're stock. They're plastic.
That's right.
Yeah, we ought to
Excellent.
put a little propeller and rubber band on
Right.
it. Back.
If I could get one home before I come, I could
Yeah.
definitely make it shoot down the river.
And the whole thing is going to last about 5 minutes because that Willet ditch is running very rapidly.
Yes.
So we're going to shut it down as much as we can, make the race maybe 6 minutes, but
It's going to be quick.
it's going to be quick.
Good to
Now,
know.
I'd like to mention RiverKids.
Yeah.
RiverKids is a huge blue tent at Rocky Reach Landing in the center of the park, in Animas Park. And Joaquin Gage from the River Reach Foundation, we purchase numerous arts and crafts and displays of lizards and snakes and different things. And she has kids doing beading or playing real large Connect 4 games or Twister or something. And it's busy all week. Well, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. So
And
that's
like
great.
And like most everything at RiverFest, it's a free event.
Yeah.
Free. That's
Very
right.
important for people to
And
know that.
And
Red
free
apple.
parking.
Red Apple Flyer is very important. Now they're going to be running all weekend. It's totally free to ride. Park at the museum if you can't find a parking place because it's going to be tough. We've got a new place this year to park. It's the Red Lion Inn, their
Okay.
parking lot. They're going to give us permission to park there, which we haven't had in the past.
Good job.
So anyway, but park at the museum, get on the bus, and they'll take you around. Every half hour, they're going to make the circuit.
Okay.
And they'll drop at each terrace and halfway in between. So we're happy with Andrew Montoya to do that for us.
That is great. It's going to be food, fun, and laughter.
It is.
Here. And I think we're going to have this has always been an event that attracts everybody from the Four Corners and from Albuquerque. And we certainly put that call out there to people who see this Monday morning to say, hey, make sure you make plans this weekend to come out, enjoy the fun, and experience RiverFest if you've never been here before. Put it out, check that off your list.
All right, celebrate the river.
That's right.
It's a Jolt Your Journey event.
It is a Jolt Your Journey event, absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, we thank you for joining us on today's Mayor's Table. Again, please come out to RiverFest this weekend. Bring your family, bring your friends. Plan to be here Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, the car show. Lots of things going on right here in the city of Farmington. Stay with us. We'll have a new episode for you in 2 weeks as we talk about waste management and things happening out at our landfill and recycling. Thanks for joining us today on the Mayor's Table. We'll see you next time.